Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the heart of Africa here in Kigali, Rwanda. This is Angola taking on Cape Verde in Group A of the FIBA AfroBasket. Well, we've already had 3 games: Tunisia, Egypt, and Rwanda winning their openers. Who will be the 4th team to join them as an opening day winner, Angola or Cape Verde? We're about to find out. It's a Group B encounter, and you look at the FIBA World Ranking for this group, and Angola up at the top, number 33, and you've got Cape Verde all the way down at number 100. But this is not a national team program that has not had success over the years, and certainly not a national team that you ever want to underestimate, remembering what they've been able to achieve over the years. So I'm Jeff Taylor, joined once again by Graham Hiscock. And Graham, if we've learned anything today, perhaps it's kind of to expect the unexpected. And certainly when you talk about Rwanda beating Democratic Republic of Congo the way they did, this game to me looks like, despite the pedigree of Angola over the years, that, you know, having watched Cape Verde in practice, you know, they've got a decent shot against knocking them off tonight.
Yeah, I think so. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, Jeff, yet again. And Cape Verde, we saw them in practice. They've got some players. They brought the big guns with them, including Walter Tavares, and Ivan Almeida can really light it up as Angola are just about to be introduced. And as for Angola, we know the amount of times, 11 times African champions, last time on the podium 2015. It's about reinventing their team, starting again with some of the players. Carlos Moraes, 35 years old, still leading him in scoring. Eduardo Minguez at 42, back to play at this. It's possibly or probably his last major tournament.
Right, he's been an incredible player, Eduardo Minguez. I don't know how much he's going to play tonight. Maybe he won't play at all, we'll see. But one thing's for sure, he has been a part of something that has been really special over the years. Angola having won numerous FIBA African Championships, or FIBA AfroBaskets, the last back in 2013, although they did get to the final in 2015. Carlos Moraes, of course, the MVP back in 2013. And again, this is a country that, don't forget, they were the first country, I think, to take on the Dream Team back in 1992 at the Olympics.
Yes,
and,
yes, they were.
What a wonderful occasion that was. And Pep Claros, the coach, the Spanish coach in charge of this team, of course, he coached Angola at the FIBA Olympic qualifying tournament in Kaunas, Lithuania, earlier this year, or earlier this summer. Well, for Cape Verde, they had that 3rd place finish back at the FIBA Africa Championship for men, or the FIBA AfroBasket, back in 2007. And these guys can play. And I remember even the last AfroBasket that I covered in 2015, they really came out and blew the doors off a couple of opponents, but then fell flat in another one. So for me, all bets are off in this one.
Yeah, this is going to be a really tough one to call. Let's hope it's as exciting as the game we've just watched, with Rwanda being victorious. Ivan Almeida and his brother are playing together, Joel Almeida, but they've got Walter Tavares, another extremely skilled big, and it's going to be about chemistry. Can they share the ball? Can they not rely on just a couple of guys to bail them out and do all the stuff for them? Just like we saw with Rwanda, you know, 4, 5, 6 guys were really putting in good numbers for them. But it's not just about Almeida and Tavares. You've got Kennedy Mendes, who's done very well in the qualifiers, and Joel Almeida, the brother of Ivan Almeida. It'll be really interesting to see their connection. We spoke to the brothers after their shoot-around and practice a couple of days ago, and you know, looking forward to seeing them get on the court.
And you can't teach size, and what national team would not like to have a player like Eddie Tavares, who, you know, played in the NBA, played, you know, at the highest level in Europe.
Yes.
You know, a lot of pressure on him coming into this tournament, no doubt. We're going to have a pause in the commentary for the playing of the national anthems.
And now, the national anthem of Angola.
Well, we heard a lot of loud, passionate voices coming from behind us for both of those national anthems, but also coming from the court. And it just underlines what this is all about. There's nothing as great as being selected to represent your country in international competition. The referees, Babacar Gueye, Wojciech Liszka, and Diallo Mamadou from Senegal, Poland, and Mali, respectively. And those three experienced referees getting a chance here to referee on opening day. So Cape Verde, Jeffrey Xavier, Ivan Almeida, Fidel Mendonça, Kenneth Mendez, and Eddie Tavares in that starting five.
That's a strong starting five. Xavier, one of the key players from the qualifiers, obviously Ivan Almeida, they will go to him a lot. But having Walter Tavares in this roster changes everything.
And Emmanuel Trovoada, that's not him, that's Pep Claros. There's Trovoada's in the middle there, offering some tips right here. He was pretty vocal in practice.
Yeah, he was really getting after them and wanting them to get up the floor and really push things. Here's Angola.
Childe Dadao, Gilson Bango, Leonel Paulo.
Yeah, just a lot of these guys are the core of the team. Some of the leading protagonists from the qualifiers aren't here, but they've got Carlos Moraes. Has he got one more big, or maybe this won't be his last? He's got the World Cup qualifiers coming as well. Carlos Moraes, Pedro, Gaku, Minguez, if he gets some time. And as you say, Jose Claros leading the team.
Yep, Jose brings a little bit of pep to the step of Angola. He goes, I think most people know him as Pep, but it's he's in charge of arguably the most successful national team in AfroBasket history, where they are, really. So with
they've got an extraordinary record, and Moraes and Minguez have got, both got 4 gold medals, 2 silvers between, plus the Olympics and the World Championships that they've represented their country. So what 2 great role models for the young Angolans coming through to try and aspire to. Let's see what unfolds with Angola. I'm really excited to see how this unfolds. We were taken by surprise with Rwanda, but I think we know what's hopefully going to unfold is going to be one heck of a ball game. The first issue for Angola, Jeff, is how are they going to stop Tavares dominating inside? 7-3, he is huge.
Yep, Eddie Tavares. His name's Walter, but goes by Eddie.
Shot.
Steady Eddie. Ready for the jump. Hoping that Cape Verde will get over the hump.
You're a poet, then you didn't know it.
Well, everybody welcome back to Kigali. And here we are. And starting things off, Mendez and Cape Verde winning the opening tip and putting up that opening 3 and hustling back down the floor.
The noise It's great to have fans back in the venue.
So it's Mendonça missing from the corner. And Tavares, you can already see the impact that he's having down low with Gilson Bango really hesitant almost to go up against him. Look at this.
Yeah, he just didn't know how to get the ball over. Tavares, he will gobble that up all day. They've got to move the ball quicker and get Tavares off balance. You can't just let him stand there and defend.
Here's Almeida. Worth the price of admission. And Minguez, well, we were talking about would he play tonight? He started, and he's called for a block. It looked like he had pretty good position here.
I think that, you know what, Almeida was out of control. And that is, I would say that's a charge. You may want to have a look at that.
You figure that so many tournaments for Angola, you get a little bit more respect than that, the big man. Eduardo Minguez. 5 FIBA Basketball World Cups. Has that Olympic experience. Here's Mendonça again off the front of the iron. Ball goes out of bounds.
And that was way off. The jump shot was open, but just got to shoot with a bit more confidence. Both teams just settling down in this first minute or so.
And Doniema, he's a good shooter as well. On the deck. Gets it back. Dundao drives in. And Angola get it back. Thought I heard a whistle there, but no. And Tavares brings down the rebound. They like to run it and push it. Xavier passes back outside. Xavier played his college basketball at Providence College in Rhode Island. And now the reach and the foul on Leonel Paulo.
Almeida's really aggressive, isn't he? As soon as he gets the ball, he wants to take you on. It's going to be a handful. Just look for him maybe to run off some screens set by Tavares. They were working on that in practice yesterday, all handoffs like that, and see what Tavares does after.
Will the third time be the charm? Yes, it will, for number 7, Fidel Mendonça. And I guess, Fidel, you got to keep faith. You got to keep faith in the big man. Or rather, not the big man, but the good shooter.
Yeah, for sure. And
there's Gilson answering. Gilson Bango. Bingo. Gets the first one to go.
You can tell it's game day 4, or game 4 of the day.
And Almeida. Now, what have they called the foul on here? Well, they've called it on Almeida.
Well, Almeida's.
And now, that was the three-pointer from Fidel Mendonça.
That's a nice move by Bango. That was, again, Tavares was sort of stuck to the spot there, couldn't elevate to block the shot.
I'm not sure what they were talking about there, but Almeida certainly was holding his mouth. But Lischka was no doubt about the foul being on Almeida.
Yeah, he was trying to indicate that he'd been hit in the face, but he's still just prodding at his lip.
Bouyamba, Glofate, Bouyamba's going to inbound it, and they do, they get it, and he's going to go in now, and soaring high for the rebound, Mendez.
Another great job by Tavares just changing that shot.
Now Mendez, oh boy, charges. And that time, the call went in the favor of Angola, and I think that was the right call as well. Dundao had established position.
That's brave defense by Chiro Dundao, just 5'6". Young player, and there's been some good efforts on the charges early in this game with the Minguez one as well.
Getting it down low, Gilson Bango, and they're following it up was the veteran Minguez.
That's great explosion to the hoop by Minguez, really impressed there.
42 years of age, Eduardo Mingus.
He's looking 42 years young. We had Roman Sato earlier at 40 who was looking in good shape. You mentioned that in commentary. And Mingus straight starting the game and worthy of the starting position.
Tavares. And the long three-pointer was good from Almeida.
That's an outrageous shot off the handoff from Tavares. But again, that's what they were working on in practice when they went up and down 5-on-5.
Gilda Dundao. Well, Tavares not giving anything away. Certainly altering that shot. And great defense, but no called for the foul on Almeida.
Putting a lot of pressure on Almeida whenever he catches the ball or whenever he's trying to handle it. But if he's going to need to bring the ball up as well at times, that's going to be a lot of responsibility on Ivan. But he was the lead player for Cape Verde in the qualifiers for sure.
Well, just a terrific score. Ivan Almeida, wouldn't say he's a spring chicken at 32, but certainly forcing the turnover here. The ball goes off of Xavier's hands.
Yeah, good defense by Angola. He was averaging a double-double in the qualifiers, Almeida. And they're going to need something similar here.
Nah, he's a great player. I mean, he is an exceptional player, and when he gets it going, it could be over for the opponent. So that's why they're paying so much attention to him. Mingus. Tavares, boy, those long arms going up and bringing that ball down.
Let's see what they run here. If Tavares is going to come over and set any sort of screen.
There it is to Tavares down low, and he's fouled by Gilson Bango.
Yeah, they just changed it up that time. Coronel come and set the screen, so Tavares just ducked to the basket. Nice pass inside, and he was fouled before he could elevate and dunk it.
I think he got a lot of ball, but he also had his left hand on the back of Tavares. And Eddie is not steady. He may not have been ready.
He may not have been ready for that shot, but there has been a few free throw problems today for teams, just showing how important it is. But they do need a steadying influence. And if Tavares can bring that, and that's not great, but they get the offensive rebound.
Mendonça gets it back. Over to Mendonça. Oh boy, he goes under, still not able to get it to drop. Tough start to the game for Mendonça. Dundao gets in, scores. He may be the shortest player in the court. He is not afraid to go in amongst the trees.
Yeah, again, little hesitation. Oh, he's off, and he gets the contact. As soon as he feels that from Jeff Nunez Xavier, he just throws it up, and that's great touch off balance.
6 apiece here at the start, and a chance for Angola to go back in front after the brilliant drive by Childe Dundao. Tough shooting start gets Mendonça out of the game, and in the game is Coronel now. Number 15.
Angola fans loving this.
Actually, it's checking in as Joel Almeida. And now the pass intended for Tavares. Angola almost coming up with a steal, and they do. They force the turnover. Cape Verde not handling the pressure well, but then they come back and give it some. Almeida swatting that ball out of bounds.
Yeah, even Almeida trying to dribble through the trap. There was 3 players around him. He loses it, but then he does this. He says, get out of here. Not in this house.
Goodness me.
We've seen some great blocks. It's been a good day's basketball so far.
It has been. You're going to go to sleep with satisfaction tonight.
You got it.
Carlos Moraes short from the arc, and Tavares shows us his ball handling skills, but then he turns it over, but only for Angola's big fella.
Yeah, we saw Mejri in the first game doing a bit of ball handling in the open floor, and
Abu Gaku steps out of bounds.
I think sometimes just get the ball to the guard.
They certainly do look a little vulnerable in the backcourt right at this point. talking about Cape Verde.
Yeah, they need someone to take control. In fact, if that's Xavier, because Almeida needs to play, if he can play on the wing or at the 2, he can really cause some problems. But if he's got to bring the ball up as well, that's going to be tough for him.
Almeida looking for some space. He's surrounded, gets it over to Xavier, steps back. And they're being rushed into some tough shots, Cape Verde. Now Moraes drives in, he misses, but instead of rebounding the ball, Tavares hits it back outside to Dundao, or to, Childe Dundao. Now the drive, and the follow is good.
Great job. Fantastic job by Tetonio Do. And I think Walter Tavares is really blowing hard. He may need to come out. He was manhandled there on that play, Jeff.
Yeah, right now the story of the game is Angola's defense.
Look at this by Childe. So Tavares comes over, he can't recover, and he's under the bucket and pushed by Tetonio Do.
And here he is being surrounded. Almeida scraps for the ball, and Joel Almeida gets it. Now he gets it to Tavares, and he's fouled down low.
Again, Tavares surrounded. He just kept the ball up high enough, so he didn't get the ball stripped. But as you say, it's tough. It's tough for him. He is being paid a lot of attention by Angola, quite rightly. They don't want him getting any easy looks.
Never really seen him post up. It's been like the high-low stuff.
It's all off the screen. It's all off the pick and roll, the dive, if he's going to fake the screen.
Well, this time Tavares takes his time and makes the free throw.
But as long as he keeps the ball up, he will have some success. The likes of Pau Gasol, Marc Gasol, all those sort of guys just keep the ball up so well.
That's a 2-point lead for Angola.
And Mesri as well, I'll add that to the list. Mesri was fantastic earlier.
Offensive foul. Moving screen.
Again, issues with the screen, you've got to stand still, so he
was moving just a little bit, wasn't he, Tetonio?
No lateral movement allowed.
Coronel hands it off to Xavier. Has to play well, Xavier's, for them, especially in the ball handling department today. Joel Almeida spins, takes his time, over to his brother, and Ivan flies in, was looking for the dunk, had the ball knocked out of his hands. Tavares gets it, and then he's fouled. He's pushed out of bounds.
Yeah, they are really keying on him. 1-2 players.
Almeida just lost it. He was going in for the dunk, and it looked like the ball slipped out of his hands. So Tavares, again, back to the free throw line, where he's taking his 5th and 6th free throws. Mendonça, cold start for him. He did hit 1-3. Tavares, another miss, and the ball goes off of Angola. Good work by Coronel. Almeida, a little long. In fact, a lot long. Tavares skies for the rebound, and the foul on Tetonio Do. Also in the game now, Gerson Gonçalves.
That's better by Walter Tavares. He really dominated that possession on the rebound. Was not going to get pushed off, but he's back at the line. Angola in team fouls. But he needs to make one.
Tavares takes his time and makes the first. Well, he is leading the competition in free throw attempts in the first quarter, that's for sure. Tavares makes both. So Cape Verde back on top, 10-9 over Angola. Nice little response. Gonçalves drives in, puts it up, and Tavares knocks it away into the hands of Xavier, who goes behind his back to elude Dundao. Xavier, quick pass down low. Ivan Almeida with a beautiful pump fake. Xavier for three, short, and Dundao tries to save it. Good hustle by him, but he steps out of bounds.
Yeah, they do need Xavier to get going. He was second leading scorer and #1 in assists for this team during the qualifiers. 17 points a game.
Tavares over to Almeida now. Joel Almeida into Tavares again. Passes it back outside. Coronel for three. And Moraes corrals the rebound in the corner. Here comes the former AfroBasket MVP. Goes back to his left. Goes between the legs, hands it off. And, well, the presence of the big man, Eddie Tavares, affects the shot, and the ball knocked out of the hands of Ivan Almeida. Gonçalves again. This time, Lopez puts it up and in.
Yeah, Johnny Pedro coming in, throwing it down, but good defense, knocking the ball away by Angola. And Ivan Almeida just guilty, not being aware who was around him on the defensive side. Just seeing that dunk again. Nice penetrate, drop off.
Xavier gets it across midcourt. Angola leading by a point. Coronel. Back to Xavier. Goes left. Gets in the paint. Puts up a runner. Kind of combination runner layup. Gets it to drop.
That's a much better job. Quick attack. No, the help didn't get there quick enough, and he just dropped it over the front of the hoop.
Rice, this time fouled by Joel Almeida. So more substitutions. Xavier goes out, catches a breather here late in the first quarter, and coming in is Patrick Abreu. Makes his first appearance at this FIBA AfroBasket. This was Xavier's drive and penetration, went off the right foot and scored.
Yes, the modern players, they can take off either foot, either hand, going right, going left, and Carlos Moraes still looking strong. 89% free throw shooter during the qualifiers as well.
So Moraes, Tavares timed his jump to perfection, but then Joel Almeida not able to hold on to the rebound.
Just little margins in this game.
Well, you never know. Every possession is so important. He's got to be able to hold on to that. Putting the ball on the deck, driving, getting it back to Lopez, and John Lopez not able to sink it. Santos, who had the penetration. Coronel drives in, and Tavares, boy, no substitute for height, is there?
No, and he offensive rebound, kept it up beautifully, and just finished it with soft touch. And he looked gassed. He's now got a second win.
I was about
Tavares.
to say, he just kind of played through it, didn't he?
He probably heard me and thought, I'm fine.
Gerson Gonçalves got in. Tavares, again, instead of getting the rebound, bats it out. I don't know if he's trying to trigger a potential fast break, or he just doesn't have the energy to get the rebound.
Yeah, there's been a lot of tips on the defense and offensive rebounds today that haven't always found the right person.
Moraes gets a little space for himself and scores. Ties it up.
That's a beautiful move. Going left, step back, jump shot for the leading scorer for Angola in the qualifiers.
Correa also in the game, number 8 for Cape Verde. Off to Coronel. Now Joel Almeida. Over to Coronel from the right. Now a chance for Angola to move back in front. In fact, they have moved back in front, 15-14. I thought they had knotted it with their last basket. Gaku misses, now a chance to run. But they're gonna hold, they're gonna take it up. More deliberate pace. Correa. And a little bit of miscommunication there, thinking Patrick Abreu is gonna be in the left corner. As Xavier, you can see he's really winded, having played the majority of minutes here in this first quarter.
And Tavares has played the whole of the quarter so far. He'll get his break in between quarters. Maybe won't start the second quarter, I would suggest.
Well, the ball should have been corralled by Lopez, John Lopez, but now Correa again. Sloppy play, both teams really. In fact, the score is 14-all. I was right in the first place. Here's, oh boy, Correa misses the shot right at the end, and boy, that ball almost went in. I wouldn't have counted, I don't think. Anyway, both teams giving as good as they're getting. 14-14 between Angola and Cape Verde at the end of one. Here again is that last look for Correa.
He got nice and close to the hoop, had a really good look. He just couldn't finish it.
At the end of one, Angola on top. Or excuse me, at the end of one, Angola and Cape Verde knotted at 14.
Yeah, as we thought it was going to be tight. 6 of 21 for 2, 2 of 7 for Cape Verde. So Angola getting a lot more twos off, 25%, 2 of 8 for Cape Verde from behind the arc. No threes yet for Angola. But there's been some highlight plays. There's an early 3 for Cape Verde. And Tavares had changed some shots and blocked some shots, but he wasn't able to get that one changed. That's a really tough move. And that was Minguez. He had a good start. Started the game, they'd taken him out. He had a strong start, and that's an outrageous 3 just off the dribble. High release for Almeida.
I think what, the key for Angola defensively anyway has been to stick to, or to be on Almeida, Ivan Almeida, like white on rice, to kind of really make life as difficult as possible for him. If somebody else is going to beat you, well, fine, but they're not going to let Ivan Almeida have it easy. If he scores, credit to him, but it's going to be a tough shot.
He's got more turnovers than points, 3 points, 4 turnovers. He was their leading scorer in the qualifiers with 21 points and 10.3 rebounds a game. So a lot of scouting's gone on to make sure they deal with him and the different looks he's going to try and get. And they're doing a good job so far.
Well, of course, he's out of the game. Second quarter action underway. All knotted at 14. Moraes comes right out and hits the three-pointer.
It's a tough shot with Joel Almeida right in his face, but that's the experience of a champion right there.
Abreu able to bring it across midcourt, but the defense by Indoniema causing all sorts of problems. And a foul called on Indoniema.
Again, straight off the 3 by Moraes, the whole defensive energy just lifts. And Angola nearly getting an offensive foul from Cape Verde, but goes against them.
Well, into the corner it goes, and the ball knocked out of bounds. Also in the game now for Cape Verde, number 13, Sukuba Conde. Sindoniema, Moraes, Gonçalves, Eduardo Minguez, and also number 8, Gilson Bango. I like saying that name, Gilson Bango.
Great name.
For some reason it kind of reminds me of the name Django. You know the movie Django?
Yeah. Oh, yes.
Maybe he'll have his own movie if he has a big game tonight. Basketball inbounded, and Conde, the count, puts it up. Cape Verde keeping it alive, not able to get it to go to Correa. And Moraes sprints down, tries to get an easy one, and there's Gilson Bango following up. And suddenly their biggest lead of the game, 19-14.
And Bango really struck the right note there, and great job off the miss from Moraes.
And Correa tripped up by Moraes.
Great energy from both teams, and that is a foul as they try to force their way through Anderson Correa.
In fact, he wasn't tripped up, he just kind of fell over as Moraes reached in. So Joe Almeida's gonna try to inbound the basketball, but I'm finding surprised Cape Verde struggling to score as much as they have in this game, but you have to give Angola credit defensively.
Yeah, they've put a lot of energy and really causing all sorts of issues for Cape Verde, trying to get the ball over the timeline, not giving them many easy looks. And there's one right there.
Indoniema just takes it right away. He's going to go in for the dunk. And he's going to hang on the rim like it's his own little personal jungle gym.
Indoniema coming in on the blind side, and here's the trap and the energy from Angola.
Somebody's got to be open. Indoniema reaches in and commits the foul on Coronel. It has to be strong, and he was.
That's great defense from Indoniema, and he said, no, I'm going to take this, and he throws it down, hangs on the ring. Highlight play.
Well, they're on I think it's a 7-0 run. No, I think it's a 9-0 run right now for Angola. Yeah, they were down 14-12. So it is alarm bells ringing here for Cape Verde. They bring Almeida back in. He gets a little bit of space. Can't get it to drop. Xavier also back in the game. And the ball, kind of difficult rebound. Mingus gets it, and Gonçalves with the three-pointer.
That's not good by Almeida. All the good stuff he can do, he just didn't get that rebound. And Cape Verde paid the price.
And now the ball intended for Alton Marquez, but not able to catch it. This was Gonçalves' three-pointer. So the blows being landed by Angola here in the second quarter.
And it's all happened in a short space of time, and with Walter Tavares off the floor.
Yeah, they have no option but to go small and give Tavares a break. But it leaves them exposed inside. Here's Mingus. He travels.
He just shuffled his feet slightly as he attacked the defense, but this great job by Angola, and the surge of energy on the trap and the extra defensive efforts have given them this lead.
Alton Marquez, I tell you, it's impressive, the quick hands of Angola and the defense. There's Alton Marquez, goes up, and the follow by Correa, who's had enough.
Anderson Correa just skies for that offensive putback and throws it down with authority.
They call that the Correa Crush.
I think that's a good name.
Gonçalves, will it be 2 threes? No, it's short. Xavier with a chance to run. But a good job by Moraes to impede his progress. Now Almeida fouled by Gonçalves.
He came out really aggressive on Ivan Almeida, not giving him any space.
It was a good job by Xavier to split the defense. But you could just see they are not allowed to be at all comfortable at this end of the floor. Correa, and his pass intended for the count for Conde, but it goes out of bounds.
And that's just the issue where they haven't got the 7-3 Tavares. They can just throw it into him, and invariably it's going to stick.
Indoniema. Well, gives him another chance. Here's Almeida again. He's going to attack. He's going to pass it back outside. Correa over to Almeida, wide open in the corner. Well, he almost deserved that for the amount of work that he did to bring it up the floor. Gets the basketball back. Gonçalves guarding him. Oh, good pass to Conde. And I'll tell you what, I mean, they are on Almeida. They are not letting him breathe, are they?
No, they don't want to let him set his feet. They're not letting him step through or get to the bucket. So someone else is going to have to step up. It's going to have to be a total team effort here for Cape Verde.
Well, they stopped the bleeding a little bit. Mingus. And Xavier with another chance now for Cape Verde, who, again, were in a little bit of bother there, but now they're starting to show some signs, finding their rhythm. Here we go. Oh, Almeida. A little bit of showtime. Puts it up. Ball batted out. Here's Xavier. Had his feet set, but then and Correa is down after a little bit of a collision. So the referees blow the whistle and stop play.
But again, good effort from Angola to not make it easy for Cape Verde there. And Anderson Carrera, after the Carrera crush, having to go out, maybe get some treatment. He's fallen awkwardly.
Well, this is going to allow Eddie Tavares to come back into the game as Correa goes out.
And that's not too much of a bad net result for Cape Verde. He's been off the floor for over 4 minutes.
I mean, he's got no fouls, Tavares. He's got 6 points and seven rebounds. The only issue with him is his free throw shooting. He's struggled. He's hit 4 of 8. Imagine if he'd shot a little bit better. Definitely this game would be a lot closer. Offensive foul called on Conde.
More problems setting the down screen this time. Got to just set it and stay and let the player use the screen. Don't try and adjust yourself as the screener.
So Mendez back in the game. Tavares back in the game. Mendez number 10. Quick pass. Whoa, what a great catch by Lopez. Dundao. Boemba. And there's a tough rebound, and Tavares picks up his first foul.
Yes, great job by Abu Gaku. He's #1 rebounder in the qualifiers, 7.7 rebounds, just over 8 points a game as well. So that's big. Get Tavares on his first foul. He's just going to have to wear the big man down gradually.
I think Pep Claros was like, was he going for the ball there? They're going to look at it and see if this is unsportsmanlike. So I think they might be in danger of giving away an unsportsmanlike foul. We'll see.
There's great intention there by Abu Gaku. Just get after the ball, get an extra possession, put as much pressure on Eddie Tavares as they can.
Yeah, defensively and on the boards, they've done a wonderful, wonderful job. Well, he bit on the pump fake, so he had to come down.
Yeah.
The question is, was he reaching and wrapping him up?
I think he's just reacted to the pump fake. He's off balance and he's landed back on him, and I think that should just be a regular foul.
Here he is again. Watch his hands.
Yeah, there is a downward motion with the hands, so that might cost them right at the last second of that play.
Okay, let's listen. Wojciech Liszka is explaining. He's like, what do you think's for dinner later tonight when we get back to the hotel? And his colleague says, I think this could be a good one. So they do call it the unsportsmanlike.
Just get a feeling of how big Tavares is there, standing with Wojciech.
Yeah. Wojciech's gonna strain his neck looking up at him. And the ball stays out.
But they've had a good look at it. And I think when we had the look the second time, I've got to agree with the refs. You just have to carry on, Eddie. Just don't pick up your second.
Abu Gaku makes one of two. And meanwhile, Patrick Lima guarding the inbounds pass. Dundao pulls up from the arc. Little long. Xavier. Good rebound for him. So the damage just 1 point that time, with Tavares picking up a foul. And Glofate Buyamba picks up the foul. He was looking at it as if, watch Almeida kind of raise his left arm here once he reaches in. Oh no, there was nothing there. It was just his fake. It made it look like he had.
Yeah, it's just good protection on the ball by Ivan. And he's missing the free throws.
Yeah, it's been a difficult night. It's the first player other than Tavares to take a free throw. And he does make one of the two, so it gets it back to a 6-point deficit.
Just scored the 4 points in this quarter. Cape Verde, 11-4 Angola lead in the second.
Dundao drives in, and Tavares taps it over to Almeida, who gets it up to Mendez, gets it back. Now Gaku doesn't want to give Almeida any comfort. Almeida goes between his legs. Oh, hands it off, and look at Marquez drive in. Alton Marquez, great play. Well, if they're not going to let him score, he's going to get somebody else to score. Ndoniema throws it out of bounds. Sloppy possession. Had a couple here from this Angola team, and that was a wonderful finish from Alton Marquez.
Yeah,
look
great.
at that.
Beautiful pass. Look away pass there by Ivan Almeida. And that's what he needs to do. He doesn't need to keep forcing the issue with scoring. We know he can score in bunches, but set everybody up. A little bit how Kenny Gasana played in the last game.
Sure. Oh boy, look at the D. Oh, look at the hustle. Now they got to get it across midcourt to do it. Actually works out well as Xavier pulls up. They got a good look. And Gaku not able to rebound it. It's going to stay at this end.
Just great action at both ends. Both teams giving an absolute 100%. Nearly a steal, then they get it back, diving on the loose ball. And it will be Cape Verde's ball. And again, Tavares just causing issues there, just with his presence.
And Gaku battling away for the rebound as well. So, with 3:58 remaining in the first half, timeout on the floor. Almeida has the 4 points and the 3 assists. He has turned it over 4 times, but I think that was in the first quarter, wasn't it?
Yeah.
It's interesting that Cape Verde is out rebounding Angola.
Yeah, 25-20 offensive, both with 10 offensive rebounds, and both teams have really been going after it.
So we got quiet there so we could hear Coach Emmanuel Trovoada. It really did feel like Angola were about to blow the doors off this game. Now they get it to Tavares, and he's fouled by Buyamba.
That's what they can do, Cape Verde. They just got to throw it up to the big guy. He just keeps the ball up above the height of the other Angolan defenders, and he's either going to score or they got to foul him.
Now the question comes, can he make his free throws? Buyamba's going to go out, and Carlos Moraes comes back in. Continues to be the bane of his existence in this game, his inability to knock down the free throws. Now 4 of 9. He gets 1 of 2. I suppose with their struggles of scoring, they'll take that. Gets it back to a 3-point game.
Well, they've shown good character, Cape Verde. As we say, Angola were close to really ripping the game open.
Gaku going up against Ailton Marquez, kind of the almost a twin tower combination. Marquez gives him that extra beef inside. Xavier tried to get it to Ailton Marquez. They weren't on the same page, and now that triggers a break for Childe Dundao. Then he loses it, and good effort from Tavares to knock it away. Lima hustles down the floor over to Xavier.
Big time rebound by Bango there. But Cape Verde are having their chances.
They are. They're just not knocking down shots now. And now Lima commits a foul, which is going to put Dundao on the free throw line.
And Lima, he's brought a bit of pace to Cape Verde. Just played the 1 game in the qualifiers.
They were not in the bonus, excuse me. They've still got a couple more to give. Here's Moraes. She's pretty tough tonight. Here he is, driving, missing. And Doniema with the rebound. And Dundao, good!
Childe Dundao, crowd favorite, no doubt. What a big time shot.
That's the Childe Dundao family behind us. Here we go. Lima misses everything, but Ailton Marquez had it. And then a foul called, which again puts Tavares on the free throw line. It looked like Marquez caught the ball, could have gone up, but he's like, here, I'm just going to give it to you, Eddie.
Yeah.
You're the big guy.
Yeah, and then Eddie chose to put the ball on the floor, and as soon as he's done that, he's swarmed around by the Angola defense, and they're going to say, well, you've got to make the free throws.
They've got to get the Almeida brothers, and especially Ivan, away to get some baskets. But he also has to have that support from Xavier, who unfortunately hasn't been able to get it going yet. Also, Fidel Mendonça hasn't come back into the game since his early shooting struggles. Hey, Tavares made both free throws.
Yeah, that looks a much better stroke. He snatched at the ones he's missed. Just holding on to that follow through a bit longer.
Moraes. Gaku for 3. Well short. Look at the hustle from Dundao rather, and up ahead to the count. Conde makes it count, and now it's a 2-point game.
Yeah, so Kula Conde just running out, leaking out. Gets a nice easy layup. Good play by Cape Verde, both ends of the floor.
Doniema gets to the baseline, then loses it, picks it up, gives it to Moraes. They switch on him. Everybody's switching on Moraes. Dundao goes up. That looked a little awkward, but he was able to come back down and hit the shot.
Fantastic play. 5 points in quick succession for Childe Dundao. Crowd favourite, and you can see why.
Not sure that's how they teach you to shoot that shot. That's from the McVet school of shooting.
It's his own version.
Almeida. Tavares, a rebound a long way from the basket. He might be in double digits in boards by the end of this first half. He's got 8 now. Lima at the line.
There's a couple of rush shots there for Cape Verde, just didn't quite fall, and Childe Dundao, the current hot man for Angola with the ball.
Moraes pulls up. Oh, look at the follow. Goodness gracious, flying in for the putback. Gilson, Bango.
He is a human highlight reel. That was awesome. He came from a long way out, fell out of bounds, and the trap, and he's dribbled right into it, Ivan Almeida. It's a great clinic.
Here's Gilson again. So the lead back to 6, and a chance for Angola to stretch the lead even further before halftime. Just a minimal difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Moraes drives in and gets it done. They've got time if they hurry.
Cape Verde got to be they've got to be very careful here.
They've warned him about not interfering with the basketball when it comes through the hoop.
Defense is staying up. Angola are looking to get a steal and a shot themselves here.
Well, a nice little spurt here from Angola right at the end of the first half to put them back into the ascendancy. Lima goes out. Mendonça comes back in. Almeida, boy, and if anybody's going to get this shot, well.
Just frenetic and frantic, and they're just rushing Cape Verde, and you can't dribble through the press. You've got 2 or 3 guys. Somebody's going to get a hand on the ball, and they're really fortunate there, Cape Verde.
Well, if Almeida is appealing for more time to be put on the clock.
It was such a struggle just to get the ball to the halfway line. Let it get a shot off.
Well, they've only got one thing to do here. They're going to put more time on. So now they have time to catch it and shoot it.
Could just throw it to the front of the rim for Tavares, but he's got an athlete on him in Gilson Bango.
Oh, they get it to Xavier, who puts it up, but just off to the right. So Angola reclaimed the momentum right at the end of the first half. They go to the break, much to the delights of their fans sitting right behind us. Angola lead it 34-26 over Cape Verde at halftime.
Great to have fans in the building as we look at some of the stats. 60 and 57% from the line, 13%, 2 of 15 from behind the arc. Cape Verde, 23% for Angola, 37% for Angola from 2. But it's those spurts, those surges that they've put in just when they needed it to get the ball turned over. And really like what Childe Dundao has done. 5 quick points for him to keep pushing the lead up. Dundao with 8, Moraes with 8, the leading scorer from the qualifiers. Bango with 6, and he is a real highlight player. Tavares leading the way with 9, but he needs help from the Almeida, and he needs help from Xavier.
Well, they're not getting much opportunity, really. I mean, Pep Claros has done a great job of identifying the threats and coming up with a scheme to basically take them out of the. If they're going to take a shot, it's going to be a very difficult shot.
Yeah, and that's all Ivan Almeida's had. It's 4 points. He's made one 3 and a free throw. And everything else, they'd be chasing him off, making him pass.
I'm interested with Emmanuel Trovoada, what he's going to do at halftime to try to either free up Almeida, especially to get him some space, or is he going to come with a different plan?
I think they need to get Tavares and Almeida again. The good thing for Cape Verde, Tavares only played about half that quarter, maybe just a little bit more. Now he's got the half-time break as well, but him and Almeida need to connect on these mid-transition screens that we're working on at practice. Screen, re-screen, and get Tavares ducking to the basket. But Angola, if they want to keep putting the press on, and if Cape Verde want to keep dribbling into the press and the pressure, it could be a long night for Cape Verde in the second half.
Well, as you look at, you talk about stats, some of the other stats. Angola, 9 points off the turnovers, just 4 for Cape Verde. And a lot more coming from the bench for Angola, 16 points, just 8 for Cape Verde.
Yeah, and that's key because Moraes comes off the bench. He's a sixth man for this team. Minguez starts, and then they've got these young, talented players that are coming in. Gilson Bango, what a great player he is. And but Moraes just doing his thing. And that was a highlight play for Ndonima as well. So different players, role players are stepping up and playing a big role, and that's what they've got to do. And there's Concalves as well, knocking a shot down. But saying that, Cape Verde were on the edge of being blown out. They've dragged themselves back, and now Angola edging it, 8 points, 8 point in the lead. It's big half-time team talk for Coach Travada.
We have walked this land for a long time. We know how far we've gone, and we're sure of how far we can go. Unity is not just a word here. It's not just a spirit in this sport. It's the way we all move. We are proud of our art, country, family, language, and culture. We are united by basketball.
Welcome to FIBA Women's Basketball World Cup 2022.
Well, no surprise, top scorer for Cape Verde, Eddie Tavares with 9 points. And he's gotten the majority of those at the free throw line. In fact, although he's had some struggles at the line, comes part and parcel with being big. They don't want to give you away the layup, so they're going to put you on the line. And if you especially have some issues at the free throw line, they're going to keep fouling you. You might remember the Shaq. What was it? The Shaq attack? No, the Shaq.
Hack-a-Shack.
Hack-a-Shack, that's it. The Hack-a-Shack, which actually originated in Hackensack. No, it didn't. I know. The jokes at the fourth game of the day are just so bad. You just kind of say it and move on.
Someone out there's laughing.
No, I don't think. Big bet, maybe.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah, we said at the half-time break, Tavares is doing great. You sort of know that what he's going to do, but the other guys have got to step up.
It's funny how you got the tallest guy in the game and the smallest guy in the game that are the top scorers.
Yeah.
Just goes to show size isn't everything. Everybody says, hey, basketball's a big man sport. Well, look at that. Dowd's got 8 points for the team that's leading.
Yeah, and he's played really well. He had that 5-point spurt when Angola got the lead, this 3, and then the layup as well. Well, this shot was, they're obviously looking at a travel there, but again, the defense came out and he just got the ball down in time. His coach loving it. There's nearly 2-foot difference between Dundao and Tavares, and both as equally effective in different areas of the game.
Well, 34-26, the lead for Angola over Cape Verde here in the last game of the day on game day 1. at the FIBA AfroBasket in Kigali with really impressive defensive effort by Angola. Graham, as we look at the contributions of some of those legendary players of Angolan basketball.
Still leading the way, Jeff. Morris 8 points, Minga 6 rebounds, had a really good start in the game. Morris coming off the bench, you know, just showing their experience. And this guy Childe Dundao is the leading scorer. 1 of 1 from free throws, 3 of 8 from the field. But it's the moments that he scored and the energy he's playing with, and he's really brave. 5'6", playing some tough D, taking charges or attempting to take charges. So he's been a real handful. And Cape Verde, Tavares 9 points, Tavares 8 rebounds, Almeida 4 assists.
So what has been your favorite moment of day one? Speaking basketball-wise, not about digging in for lunch. I know that you enjoyed that quite a bit. Couldn't get a word out of it.
I think
going back for seconds.
I think that Rwanda win, the way it took us a little bit by surprise, having the new player in, Robbins, and the way that Gassana played, the way the crowd were, I think that's something that's very special today and really set the tournament alight, just how the host team would have wanted. And, you know, DR Congo had their issues, and in the end they just couldn't overcome a really rampant Rwanda team that were feeding off the crowd. And there was 4, 5, 6 guys that all played at such a high level on that team, and they're going to have to repeat that a number of times if they want to progress at this tournament. And it's with that team and the way they're playing, and with Aminda as well coming through, there's a possibility there. As for this game, I'm enjoying this game. I really was looking forward to Ivan Almeida putting on more of a show offensively, but you've got to credit Angola with their defense. It's stifling. They're cutting off all his angles, all his options, and at the moment, Angola are where they deserve to be with an 8-point lead. What about you, Jeff? Favourite moment so far? Maybe the favourite moment still to come, we don't know.
Oh, there's no doubt it was Rwanda winning. I mean, at the end of the day, you know, you want to be neutral in commentary, but
sure,
anytime a country hosts, and especially is a, you know, you just felt like there's that underdog mentality. So it just kind of meshed, and you're also looking forward to the tournament, kind of having a buzz about it. And when the hometown is excited about their team, I'm sure, you know, the newspapers tomorrow are going to be very, you know, kind, very excited about Rwanda and how they had. Well, it has to go down as is it the greatest win in the country's history? I mean, certainly a pivotal one.
Yeah, it's got to be up there at a major tournament that they are hosting. Didn't have a great qualification. The warm-up games, they haven't set the world on fire, and they brought Robbins in, Williams Robbins, and just from the
William, he made it clear his name is William. I think initially they made a mistake by putting Williamson on the back of the jersey, and then they forgot to take the S off.
Okay.
But
well, that guy.
Yeah, he was
just
incredible.
knocking shots down from everywhere. So, no, that was great.
They had a lot of turnovers, but they still won.
Yeah.
Second half action underway here as Cape Verde looked to get back into it. And you know what they say, that first 5 minutes of the second half is going to be oh so important for the team that's trailing by several points. They don't want Tavares to catch the ball down low on the low block, and they certainly don't want to give Almeida or Xavier any space.
No, they've been very quiet so far. The two top scorers from the qualifiers, Xavier and Ivan Almeida. But Childe Dundao playing tough D again there.
Tavares puts it up and banks it in right at the buzzer.
Yeah, good post-up move. We said, why doesn't he post up more? Well, he did, and that's a great touch off the glass.
This is his best move of the night. And Doniema bounce pass to Gilson, gets blocked. But he's going to get free throws. Tavares picks up his second foul, and Gilson Bango is the one player who seems to be growing in a little bit of confidence here against Tavares.
Gets in behind Tavares, then he's got to turn. And he's in the wrong position to make that block in the end. And that's how they've got to do. They've got to get him behind Tavares. Don't let him just stand in front, otherwise he will block the shot as Bango keeps strumming the right notes.
Gilson Bango makes the second. So both free throws go in, and the lead goes back to 8. Then Paulo starting the second half. Here's Almeida. You haven't seen him have that much space all night. But I don't think he's going to shoot it from half court.
Doriema just chasing him off everywhere, and they give it into Tavares, who throws it away. It was just pressure there, Jeff. They just kept pushing and chasing and sped them up. And miscommunication on the pass from Tavares.
Well, the best way to give Angola a hard time is to give them some of their own medicine and really knuckle down on defense and maybe try to get something off your defense. Here's Dundao. Dribbles back, puts up a 3. And Tavares goes up and brings that one down in a good way. Xavier quickly uncorks one, and that's what he can do.
It was a super catch, push ahead. Xavier got good position in the corner, and he just caught the ball and shot it in one motion.
Well, that's his reputation. Ndoniema back to Mingus, and Mingus, nope, and Gilson Bango coming from behind and taking it away from Eddie Tavares. That just should not happen.
He's a good athlete, though, Bango. Long arms, but there is still a big height differential. Shooter Dundao wasn't happy with the way he was dealt with there as he drove to the basket.
He's 22 years of age. Primo de Augusto is where Gilson Bango plays. That was the quick catch and release that you were talking about.
Yeah, that's great play. This Angola team, looking at the teams they play for, there's only 2 teams that all the roster play for, Deportivo and Atletico Petroles. So it's going to have a club feel for Angola.
Pass out to Mingus again. He's going to launch. He's going to hit it. The 42-year-old Mingus, the merciless.
That is wonderful to watch. Great setup by Angola. Mingus was waiting on the outside to knock down the 3.
Oh, boy. And the kick by Correa. And even though it's good that he's back out there, Ivan Almeida, again, just has no time whatsoever.
And he's not a natural point guard. They need a point guard to be able to handle the pressure.
Yeah.
And then Almeida can play off the ball.
So another reach, another foul, and again, Angola do not seem, though, to be able to open up a huge lead, which always leaves the possibility of a Cape Verde comeback. But Ndoniema launches one. You know, the improved play of Gilson Bango kind of, here we go. Oh, takes it back out. No, I guess the wrong man called it on the break. There's Tavares, and again, Gilson Bango winning the better of that duel.
Great defense, great team defense, picking up the loose ball as well.
And the charge.
That's great play by Ivan Almeida. If it's not happening for him offensively, he's got to do something else to help the team, and that was brave, standing in the way
Of Leonel Paulo.
He was at full tilt there going downhill.
Paolo doesn't seem to be quite as assertive in his game as he has been in the past. Of course, he's also a little bit older now. And here is Ndoniema with the steal and the layup.
He's had a really good game as well. Ndoniema played some big plays. Here comes the trap. You can't leave your feet and try and make the pass.
Here's Paolo, and he scores, the 35-year-old Paolo, Lionel Paolo, and suddenly the lead is 12 points, and it's just like, it's been that the whole game. It's been the defense of Angola, it's been the difference.
Great job, another surge of defense, swarming around the ball.
Almeida just takes a very difficult shot. And Tavares goes up and dunks it. And I think you hit the nail on the head, really. There's no point guard that can break it down and create anything. You know, all the pressure is falling on Ivan Almeida.
Yeah, you've got Xavier as well. He would be the obvious choice to try and bring it up, but they've got to try and calmly break the pressure.
Paolo, good hands by Mendonça. And Ndoniema has got the wind in his sails right now.
They get the ball over the timeline now, but what a move that was, fading away. Nothing but net.
Back to a 12-point advantage. And Xavier has it knocked out of his hands, gets it back, and it creates an opportunity. Mendonça, will this be it? Yes! That's what they were counting on coming into this game, his ability to hit some jump shots. He did hit one in the first half, or in the first quarter, but overall, it wasn't working.
That's a good drive by Xavier, and nice kick out.
See the double-double that Tavares already has, 13 points, 10 rebounds. Dondao gets inside, nowhere to go, finds Ndoniema on the baseline, and look at Gilson Bango coming over the back of Almeida. And I thought they would have called that potentially when he got it away from Tavares, because Tavares is so big, but...
Yeah, I mean, he is a handful, Gilson Bango, and he could be a star of this tournament. But again, Almeida doing the dirty work, boxing out, creating the foul. But this is the issue now. Angola up the floor. How are they going to get the ball in?
So Torreira is going to call another timeout and try to do something a little bit different. But we've also got some guys that are playing big minutes. You know, Almeida is, how is he going to, he needs a breather.
He's played 21 minutes. He was averaging over 30 in the qualifiers. And Walter Tavares played a lot of minutes in the first quarter. Played the whole of the first quarter and then just 10 minutes since. So they are trying to manage the minutes. There's turnovers and points from turnovers. 5 turnovers, 13 points from turnovers, 16 turnovers for Cape Verde, and just 4 points from turnovers. So the pressure and the sudden pressure from Angola, it's not scripted. They just throw it in. Great traps, great pressure all over the front court, causing real issues for Cape Verde just to get the ball over the timeline. (22-14) to Angola as well. Points in the paint, and 18-12 second chance points.
So Correa's in the game. He's going to inbound it to Almeida. Correa goes up sideline. Mendonça guarded this time. Oh, Almeida's left open. That's a mistake. He hits it. What happens? The first chance he gets to get open, he takes advantage, and suddenly a 6-point game.
They just changed the tack there. Almeida hung back, so he was the trailer. Ball came out, no defense on him.
Moraes.
He's got to keep trying new stuff.
Team foul number 4 in this quarter.
He just caught the ball. It was a tough catch above his head, and he
almost looked like he was in shock that he was that open after what he's endured tonight. All of the attention by the defense.
It's been a good test of his character. He's hanging tough at the moment.
Gerson Gonçalves puts it up and in. He's been a nice little spark off the bench tonight.
And now Almeida is going to try and go down the sideline kicks.
Correa. Oh, there you go, Mendonça again. That's number 2 from the right corner here in the second half.
Same spot, great assist. Pass into the corner. Mendonça knocks it down and he hits the deck.
Moraes, that'll hurt, oh boy.
And Mendonça is saying, hey, he fouled me to get free. Moraes is just having a little chat with him as they come back down the floor.
Correa brings it up. So they've got some options, some scoring options on the court right now with Xavier, Almeida, Mendonça, and now Tavares down low going up against Gilson Bango. And the foul called on Gilson Bango for reaching around. But they definitely also know that there's always going to be somebody in that right corner, which seems to be the point where they want to attack, and Gilson goes out, so third foul on him.
That's a tough matchup. Once we did say about Tavares getting in the post, that's where he can really make his height count. Get that ball into the post and go to work.
But Moraes has hit some big shots tonight. That was the second three-pointer for Mendonça.
There's an issue with getting the ball in here, Jeff, I think.
So Mendonça gets the ball finally, and then he gets it to Tavares, who passes it back out to Almeida, who drives in, tries to put it up. I think he took, if he had taken a normal shot, it would have been okay. It would have been better if he'd just taken the 3.
Yeah, he ended up spinning round, and his back was facing the basket, and he just threw the ball up, so...
He's not going to get that foul call.
Carrera with the foul.
I'm surprised he wasn't ready to shoot the 3 when he called it, because he's been begging for that.
Yeah, he had it in the area that he shoots, because he has quite a high release. And then the closeout came. He chose to attack. Really, the shot once he got in was a floater, and he just went in too far. But it's been that kind of game for him.
Gerson continues to contribute off the bench. Gerson Gonçalves. Well, makes 1 of 2. Tavares rebounds it, back to a 9-point lead. Almeida thought about it. Santos now, and he was out of bounds. Just everything under pressure for this Cape Verde team.
Yeah, that was just great defensive pressure in the paint on Tavares, and in the end they just couldn't get the pass to Mendonça.
Gaku back in, hands it off. Moraes. Gerson takes the drive, gets swatted by Tavares, gets it back though. And great defense finally from Tavares and Cape Verde.
He has been a man mountain for Cape Verde right from the get-go tonight, and
13 points, 11 rebounds. The block, is that his second block? Or yes, his second block, plus 20 efficiency.
Yeah. and numerous change shots just by him being there.
Joel Almeida, well, that was a good catch by Mendonça, good pass as well. And Joel just out of the reach of Tavares.
Again, good defense. Angola forcing Joel Almeida to make a tough pass to get it up and over to Tavares and force the turnover. They've got to stay together here, Cape Verde. Plenty of time.
They've got an interesting 5 on the court right now. Looks like they could still get some success here. But again, it's all about the defense of Angola. Oh, good defense, good reach by Almeida to knock it out of the hands of Moraes.
Yeah, great job. Never gave up on the play there, Ivan Almeida. The 2 number 6s, 2 stars of their teams.
And Dionyama, he has played very well tonight. He's catching a breather. I'm sure we'll see him soon.
Yeah, he's been another spark for Angola.
Garrison gets inside, and Tavares prevents the pass, comes up with a steal. Into the corner, Joel Almeida sees an opening, drives in, lays it up and in. And then I think he incidentally, or accidentally hit his teammate Correa.
A great pass from brother to brother there. And the finish by Joel this time. He needs to step up. And he did just that.
Garrison puts it up, and here is Mendonça with the rebound.
Just a little momentum shift here, Jeff. Cape Verde coming back into it.
Correa explodes to the basket. How about that? Do not get in my way, says the Correa Crush.
Correa Crush Part 2. I mean, that was awesome. Just a casual step, and he just took off.
Santos misses, but the ball goes to Lopez. Nobody there for the board for Cape Verde. Moraes for 3. Good. Oh, boy, that is a killer for Cape Verde to give away the offensive rebound.
Rebounds. Just a huge help, those offensive rebounds. So the highlight play with the dunk for 2 is answered by Moraes' 3, and Cape Verde still struggling to stay with this Angolan team.
Moraes with 14 points now. He's 3 of 6 from 3-point range.
And it's the timing, that's why he's such a great, and look at this timing by Correa. That is awesome.
Yeah, one of the plays of the day, no doubt. Almeida left open again. Tavares coming in from behind, kept it alive, but not able to get the basketball. Teotonio Doe, and they're giving him fits now.
And again, Almeida just on the trail there, creating some space between him and the Angola defense, which meant he got an open 3, but he's got to knock that down.
Dundal's come back in, much to the delight of the hordes of Angolan fans that have traveled to the land of 1,000 hills to watch this AfroBasket. Dundal has it. And Mendonça with a reach. So that's not a good foul. You put him on the line. I guess the only good thing that comes out of that is you might get the ball back. Now
just let the viewers listen to the fans. Nice job.
Doe makes the first. There's just never really been a moment in this game where there's been any sustained momentum for Cape Verde, has there?
No, they've always been chasing the game. And Tavares, he needs to be in the game for them to have some success, but he can't. It's tough for him to play 40 minutes.
I don't think you hold it for 1 here. I think you go hard. Somebody's going to be open. Almeida, Mendonça, open. Good, number 3. He gives his answer to the Angolan fans that were just riding him, and he cuts that deficit back to 6 points. Gives a little bit more confidence to the Cape Verdeans.
That's a great pass just a decoy play by Ivan Almeida. That is as high an arc as you would like. That was just perfection from Cape Verde. Great finish to the quarter for them.
I think he's 3 of 3 in that third quarter from three-point range in that very spot. 55-49, Angola on top of Cape Verde, 10 minutes remaining.
And here's some of the stats. Angola 29% from 3. Cape Verde now 33% from 3, and some big ones from Fidel Mendoza. It's evenly balanced. Jeff, you just can't write the Cape Verdeans off.
Yeah, if you want to say anything, I mean, you gotta really tip your hat to their resolve to play this thing hard. I mean, you saw the emotion from Tavares as he went off the court. It's not always pretty with Tavares, Eddie Tavares, but my goodness, look at his numbers. 13 points, 12 rebounds, 2 blocks, plus 22 efficiency. You know, he's 7 of 12 at the line. Obviously, he can improve in that number, but I mean, it's, you know, he's battled. You know, every time he catches it, he's got 2 guys hanging on him. Yeah. It seems like every time Almeida catches it, he's got 2 guys hanging on him.
Well, the rotation and the energy and the hustle from Angola has created that. And Almeida's ended up having to trail the play to sort of arrive late, and then he's created some space. And he's made 1 out of 2 of those options. But this is where they've had success time and time again from that corner. And I think they've worked it out. If they're going to help if they're going to not help off Almeida or Tavares, just spot somebody up.
Here's your favorite play of the night, the Correa crush.
Wow. But Moraes said no, I'm going straight down the other end and I'll knock down a 3, which the guys haven't shown, but that was just as big a play as well.
10 minutes to go, folks. Buckle up. The whiff of a comeback is in the air, and Almeida able to take the basketball away. Do they call a jump ball?
It's gone Cape Verde's way, and this is how they've got to do it. They've got to dig deep. This time, Chiro Dandao has caused some issues. This time, he is the issue. Almeida steps over him and grabs the ball, and it's a turnover. This is big moments right here.
And offensive foul.
And spin dribble, movement on the screen. He's just not got in position.
So the foul on Almeida, Ivan Almeida, his second. Gonçalves drives in, and Gilson Bongo denied this time from behind by one of the Almeida brothers. Moraes doesn't look like he wants to be sitting down at this key moment.
But again, it's
Tavares that got a block.
And then from behind Joel, but it's Tavares, just his presence causing issues.
Oh, the swat that time from Correa. And renewed resolve here from Cape Verde. They've really toughened up defensively.
Well, Chiro Dandao, he's got to know his limitations. He's played so smart all game, and there you go. He's almost got the steal there. Great deflection, but he just forced it that time of Correa with the block.
Well, I don't think you're going to get Tavares coming down here to help break the press, so they've got to figure this out. Maybe Mendonça. See if he sprints to the right corner if they do get it across midcourt. He's in the left corner now. Here he goes. He sprints to the right corner, and now he's going to find. No, he's going to give it to Tavares this time, and he's going to go up for the dunk.
That's great decoy cut by Mendonça, which gave Tavares the open lane, and he crushes it. Great job by the team in blue, Jeff.
Yeah, you got to admire their fighting spirit. Dandao gets in to Antonio Doe. Oh, not the shot you want, but it fell kindly to Gaku. Nobody there to get the rebound for the blue. Correa Quick pass, Mendonça, oh, that's off the glass, that's goal interference.
It's a great job breaking the press, bounce pass inside, always the best pass, I feel. Even the lob or the bounce pass will just cut the defense open, and they get the call. Yeah, off the glass.
That was
first.
an easy one. Good effort by Angola. Gaku guarded closely by Almeida. Had to do everything out there. Here's Gonçalves fouled by Joel Almeida.
He just bumped him as he's gone to the basket. Just too much contact. He's tried to move his feet, Joel Almeida, just there. But again, left-hander going left. Complete protection of the ball.
Yeah, that was a good call. This is the dunk. I thought he was going to whip it to the corner.
Yeah, that was by design. Mendonça with a great decoy cut. You don't always get the ball. Keep making the play. Get somebody else open.
Good hands by Correa, almost knocking it away. Gaku open, and Tavares taps it over to Correa. Now Correa again gets down low, and he is able to get the foul. He beats him down the floor. And Correa has really asserted himself.
He's had the two big dunks, and now he was going downhill really quick there. Going for the layup, and he'll go to the line for two shots. First two of the night.
You know, after that last game, we were talking about how the Democratic Republic of Congo had really made life difficult for themselves by losing that game, because when you watch these two teams play, you realize how good this, or how balanced this group is, or how good it is. We're missing a very important free throw.
63% from the line during the qualifiers, and that's his first trip today.
Well, that is brutal. They are now shooting as a team 8 of 16, 50%.
They're only down by 4, but it's 4 big points. It's still a big push to get back in this game.
And Moraes is back in. You know he's got some big shots. Dondao. Here's Moraes for 3. Good. Every single time, Carlos Moraes.
And he's on his toes. He just catches the ball in rhythm and just lets it go. He's got great belief in his ability, and why not? He's a superstar.
Boy, it just sucks the life out of you for Cape Verde to give that away. And now you turn it over. Ndoniema also back in. And the momentum going back. Oh, there's Gilson Bango.
Oh, gosh. Jeff, that is just awesome.
And then Almeida kind of falls asleep as Ndoniema reaches in, knocks it away. Moraes. Boy, that would have been a dagger. Tavares quickly to Correa. And you almost wonder as Dundao commits the foul, you know, and this Cape Verde team looks exhausted.
Yeah.
But you just wonder, they had the chance to pull to within 2 points, and now you get that dunk there, stretching the lead all the way back up to 9.
Yeah, and that's incredible. 7-0 difference and complete change of momentum. Almeida's going out. That's just fatigue what's just happened there.
Almeida puts up a 3. Well, that couldn't have come at a better time, that's for sure.
His brother goes out, and Joel Almeida steps up, and maybe this is a 5 that can drag themselves back into the game one more time.
That's a good way to put it. They've had to drag themselves to within striking distance, but they can't contain Moraes. Fortunately, he misses. Fortunately for Cape Verde. Almeida again. Will it be another 3? This time, no. I think they have to take that shot, though.
Yeah, he's wide open. It's in semi-transition. He's just hit one from the same spot. He's got to let it go.
And Xavier reaches around, almost forces a steal. Gilson Bango follows up the miss, gets blocked by Tavares. Don't come in this house, he says. Tavares picks up the loose ball. Great hustle by Mendonça. Here he is again. And a three-pointer, and Almeida makes it. Just like that.
Wow.
It's back to a three-point game.
His brother's in arms, and look at Ivan coming out to see Joel, and that is just fantastic for Cape Verde. That could not have been scripted better. Ivan out, Joel steps up. three-point game. It's just...
Both of these teams really digging in, playing some great basketball.
Yeah, absolutely, and you've got to know your spots. Joel Almeida's just gone to the far side of the court from where we are. Mendonca's been knocking him down from the other side. Mendonca made that cut to the baseline when he knew he wasn't going to get the ball. Mendonca,
yes.
Sorry,
that's
Mendonca. And then Tavares is the beneficiary of that. So they're really working for each other on both ends of the floor.
En ataque, cuando juegas arriba, juegas cuando quedan 14 segundos. Hay que ir con ese ritmo. ¿Sí? En ataque, jugamos gallo, migas con él, jugamos gallo. En defensa, ando por el
That three-point percentage, Jeff, going up for Cape Verde. 9 of 24, a flurry of threes. 12 of 23 for Angola, and this is on a knife edge. 6 minutes to go, and I can't really call it either way because Cape Verde were on the edge there of losing it completely.
Well, Ivano made us check back in, so he didn't sit down for long.
Well, he needs to deliver now. It's all set up for him to finish this off.
Cornell also in, number 15, Moraes for 3, and that time, probably the first time in that crunch situation where he hasn't been able to make it, or hasn't made it. And now 3 can tie it for Cape Verde. Well, Joel Almeida almost losing it. Moraes reaching around, and Xavier for 3. Look at Tavares going for the basketball. Excellent work from the big fella. Joel Almeida for 3. That was the one he wanted. That would have tied it.
Just can't get over the hump, and here's Mendes back in the game.
We have a game for you tonight, finishing things off on day 1 of the FIBA AfroBasket here in Rwanda. Mingus puts up a very difficult 3, misses everything. And again, another opportunity for Cape Verde.
And they've just stepped up the defense, just like Angola had done earlier. They're getting out on all the shots. They're filling the lane. They've got all the energy, and it's a great story that's unfolding in front of us here.
Well, Kigali getting some great basketball today. The heart of Africa. What better place can there be to have an AfroBasket than the heart of Africa?
Yeah, and they've been great hosts. Had a wonderful win in the previous game. And we've got a thriller here.
Well, Ndoniam applying the pressure. Now to Tavares again. He catches it down low. Is he going to go to work? I would have liked to have seen him go strong to the basket rather than a jump hook. But anyway, great work from this Angola team, holding firm.
Yeah, they made it a tough shot for Tavares.
Gonçalves, oh, he gets blocked by Tavares. And then Gilson Bango reaches in. What a battle. Xavier gives it to Almeida, drives down. What a play. He's playing out of his skin. Joel Almeida in this 4th quarter.
That was just wonderful. Tough finish with his left hand, running his heart out for his Cape Verde team.
Gonçalves, Tavares knocks it away. Cape Verde with a chance now to take the lead. Xavier, and the ball kicked out by Ndoniema.
Just desperation defense.
Glad that ball didn't come over here. That was moving. Look at Tavares battle away. And look at the hustle.
Great job by Joel Almeida, and Ndoniema just couldn't get the defensive block that time, and it's just going to be survival of the fittest. They've both run themselves into the ground, these two teams.
Boy, do they want to win. Both of them playing so hard. Tavares hands it off to Joel Almeida for 3. Just skims the outside of the net. It was online, just didn't have enough on it.
It's okay though, he's feeling it, isn't he? And he's got them back into this game.
3.5 minutes to go. Angola looking for a big basket. Will it be Moraes? taking on Joel Almeida. Joel Almeida reaches down both clubs, and it's going to be Xavier.
Yeah.
And they're going to help go show some good sportsmanship to get Moraes off the ground. But the determination, you know, both of these teams, but especially Cape Verde, for how, as you put it, have had to drag themselves back on numerous occasions tonight. When some teams would have lost the fight already.
There was the moment where Almeida got taken out. That's where we thought they'd gone. He went out, and then Joel Almeida took over. So they've just about had an answer every time.
Who's going to make a big play for Angola? Who's going to step up? Well, they come out and they surround Xavier, and as Dylan Dow comes up with a steal.
Just dribbling
now
into
the ball
trap
thrown out of
again.
bounds by Moraes.
It's not for the first time someone leaves their feet and then decides where to pass it. And these are top quality players, and they can still make mistakes at crucial
Look at
times.
Almeida stepping in. He's just playing so much guts. He's leaving it all out on the court, and now he almost throws it away. And Mingas putting the pressure on that pass as well. Unbelievable. Woo.
It's a fantastic matchup. Carrera in, and Coronel out, not looking too happy, but
he wants to stay out there, keep battling, but Correa perhaps offers a little bit different, a little bit more ball handling, maybe some penetration. Joel Almeida, back to, here he goes, Correa. Don't forget the Correa crush, Almeida. Joel Almeida, and again, goes down, misses, and
yeah, that could be a problem for Joel. He's
Pep Claros appealing for a flop on the missed shot.
I would have to see that again, but again, they were struggling to get a shot off. Angola just turning up the heat on the defense, as Cape Verde have done to them. They're just going toe-to-toe. Nothing really you can, now both teams are playing at a high level. You just can't pick anything between them.
You know, the strategy of Angola has been fantastic in this game, but it's the defense of Cape Verde that has indeed really given them a chance in this fourth quarter. And they've also been able to hit some shots, perhaps, as Angola has gotten a little bit tired. Moraes gets in low, has to score. Wow. Oh, wow, what an elite play.
That is just awesome, and Tavares was right there. He shot it up and over, soft touch off the glass.
Correa over to Xavier. Dundao doesn't give him any space. Xavier puts up a tough shot. He follows up the miss. He puts it up. They get it back, Correa. And Mendonça was open for a second there. Now he goes baseline, hands it off to Tavares, and he goes up for the dunk.
My gosh,
oh, gosh.
That is just awesome. What a game. So many options for scoring, and Tavares benefiting there, because they thought they were going to take the three, and he's open yet again under the hoop.
Moraes, Correa on him. Oh, the hands by Almeida, forcing the turnover. Then who are they going to call the foul? Oh, Mingas. He just doesn't give up. And now Almeida is appealing for an unsportsmanlike, which they will probably go and look at. Watch this. Oh. I'm not sure that's a foul, really. I mean, I think it's, I think Almeida extremely fortunate to get that foul called in his favor.
Yeah, it just looked like a 50.
I mean, he was working hard, don't get me wrong.
Yeah, sure.
I think when the referees look at this, they're going to think, oh, maybe that shouldn't have been a foul.
Yes, 50-50 ball. I mean, good defense by Almeida. He's put himself in a position to try and get a deflection, at least. And he's ended up getting his hand on the ball, and Mingas has reacted, but I'm not sure it's anything more than just a regular foul. And even Almeida should...
Look again. So Almeida, excellent work. If anything, he's holding Mingas back. It's almost an unsportsmanlike on Almeida.
Maybe they won't call. Maybe they won't call anything and just call it as a possession arrow and see who gets the ball.
Meanwhile, Eddie Tavares, 17 points, 15 rebounds, 5 blocks, plus 33. He is off the charts.
He is the difference maker for this team, and as soon as he's on the roster for this tournament, Cape Verde are contenders. That's the best view. I'm not sure. I just think that's the coming together. Is it a foul at all? Do they just say, okay?
No, they've already called the foul, so they're going to keep that. But it's not going to be an unsportsmanlike.
No, I don't think they'll upgrade it.
Oh, they have upgraded it. Wow.
What?
Okay, well, you know what? They're looking at a different angle with Mingus kind of shielding him from the ball.
Yeah.
You know, I wasn't sure about that, but they will look at that after this game, the referees, and they will discuss it. That is a big, big call.
Yeah, that's a tough call, and
yeah, I think that's the best way you have to say it. It's a tough call. But on the other hand, you know what? You got to reward. You got to not reward. You got to tip your hat again to Cape Verde.
Yeah.
For playing this defense, and that's Almeida. I mean, how many minutes has he played tonight? And he's out there playing that hard. He can barely get the free throw up. Look, he's tired. We've got a tie game, 64 apiece. It's tied for the first time in a long time.
Almeida's just trying to find a way. 11 turnovers, just himself.
You feel again like somehow get the basketball, if you're Cape Verde, to Tavares somewhere down low. But Angola, will their defense bail them out and get him the basketball back, as it has most of the night until this fourth quarter? Xavier takes a tough shot. Now Bango with the rebound. Dundao quickly up the floor, and he beats everybody. And if they had not gone for the block, and now they want an unsportsmanlike review.
That was a tough foul, but he is moving at such pace.
I think if there's a great example of, I mean, this is a great example of how it evens out, isn't it? Over the course of the game. You know, Almeida's playing pretty good defense there.
No, please no intentional.
They're not even going to look at that as an unsportsmanlike.
I mean, it's just a tough play. He's doing his best to make a basketball play, and it's going to be, I guess, 2 shots.
But I don't think Cape Verde can complain, because they got the unsportsmanlike called in their favor a minute ago and ended up with just 1 point on the trip down the floor.
Yeah, missing that second free throw.
So Dundao comes out, injured on the play, and Gerson Gonçalves comes in and makes a very big free throw. You know, sometimes you fight so hard to get back level, climb that mountain, and then once you get there, you just need that little extra to get on top. Cape Verde had the perfect opportunity. They didn't do it, and now they're back down by 2 points. Got to play 40 minutes. Both these teams are going to be tired tonight. And Almeida drives in. There's the follow from Tavares. Goodness gracious! And he has shattered the backboard. And not what we wanted. Not with 59.9 seconds left.
Yeah, and he is such a monster underneath, and the size of him and the force that he can exert on the ball as it goes through.
Look at that.
That is.
This is consecutive AfroBaskets that I've attended where now I've seen the shattered backboard. But I have to say, with 59.9 seconds remaining, I don't think anybody wants to see it this late. We're thinking about wrapping things up. And now you might end up adding another hour to the proceedings. We'll see how long it takes to get this replaced. But look at this again. The fight, that was the unsportsmanlike that was called. And here's the drive, and here's Tavares. Now watch what happens. He goes up, he dunks it, and it was that second tug. He didn't need to do that, did he?
Not really. I just think that was sending a message to Angola, but unfortunately he's just destroyed the backboard there.
Yep, 19 points. Well, look, they are ready. They've got another basket.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, talk about organization. I'm telling you, folks, this other basket is coming out within less than 3 minutes. They are ready to roll here. Congratulations to Kigali for being ready for this moment.
Yeah, we spoke about it when we came up on Monday about, you were talking about the basket that got damaged in the previous AfroBasket, and there was a real issue trying to get a replacement. Well, they've got the one here, and luckily they've got it and it's ready to go. But it gives everyone a chance to just gather our breath and just reflect for a moment on what a game that these two teams have given us late in the day on day one. And Eddie, Walter, Tavares, we're very pleased you've made this AfroBasket. And Cape Verde are very pleased to have you, I'm sure. But Angola have just been amazing as well. Really like Gilson Bango. And Carlos Moraes has made some big plays, 19 points himself. Let's not forget him. And also Minguez. I know he had the intentional foul, but he's hit some big shots, hit a big three. But this is why we have a delay. Tavares has just held onto the basket for that extra second, and it's shattered.
Unbelievable.
He just let it go, and then he just does it, just pulls it down the second time. Now, I'm not sure if they're going to give him a technical for hanging on the ring.
I don't know if they can review that, to be honest.
Because that could be a bad outcome if they do. But again, it's the emotion of the moment. I mean, you know, he's not meaning any harm to anybody or any of the property, but he just wanted to throw it down and send a message to Angola.
Look at our colleague Clement up there doing it.
Is just doing
He's a champion. He's a champion. Everybody knows it, and he's showing it right now.
Yeah.
Superman to the rescue.
He takes care of everything, anything we require as commentators. He's right there for us.
Just an incredible, perhaps fitting way to end what has been a really exciting night. Exciting day, really. I mean, it's been a great day.
Yeah.
And even a shattered backboard is not going to change that. Now, what happens here? Who loses the mojo? Who loses the vibe? Who, you know, how are they going to come back out? They'll come back out and warm up a little bit before, or?
I guess it depends how long this is going to take. And mate, I would think they've probably got a number of minutes where if they go beyond that, then they would maybe give them just a few minutes to warm up. Because what they don't want is to then restart and someone gets injured, and then that would really be a sour end to the game. But Tavares made the dunk, so they've just tied the game. Angola, they're going to have to come out, and maybe they can land the last blow. I mean, the way this game's going, 59 seconds, that's a long time.
We're going to have overtime.
Plenty of offenses. It could be overtime. It could be a very late finish here. It's 5 to 11 in the evening, local time here in Kigali.
We've got plenty of time. We've got time for another shattered backboard, in fact. Let's hope that doesn't happen.
Then we have got a problem. Maybe the refs need to speak to Tavares and say, if you're going to dunk it again, please just dunk it and let the heck go, and let's get back down the other end of the floor.
We're already getting messages from Lloyd Gardner, who I called the game with in 2015 when Stanley Okoye of Nigeria shattered the backboard, but that was with about 5 or 6 minutes left.
Yeah.
This is different. This is like less than a minute.
Yeah.
But I have to tell you, we waited a very long time, over an hour, for that to be replaced.
Yeah, it depends what they're going to do.
So now they have...
It doesn't seem to be just a case of, right, lower this hoop, get it out of the way, get the other one in.
No, they had to get some of the electrical goods off that one.
But what they've got to do is get over the fact that he's made that huge dunk. A few smiles on the faces of the Cape Verde, because when it comes back to game time, they've got to be ready to go. They can't be sloppy. And they don't want any unnecessary turnovers. Turnovers for them, 23. Rwanda had 28 and won the last game. 14 turnovers for Angola. And it's tied at clickety-click, 66.
You think this is going to be, out of all the great plays that we've seen today, is this the shot that's going to go viral tomorrow, the dunk and the hanging on the backboard?
Yeah, that's the one.
The hanging on the rim, rather.
Yeah, that's the one that's going to get people's attention, to say, look, AfroBasket is very much alive and well. Kigali's putting on a great show, but there's been some other great dunks as well. Obviously, Bango's ones. also the ones in the Rwanda game. But there's been good dunks in every game, Mejri as well. But that is eye-catching because of what's happened to the backboard. But if he'd had his time again, he would have just made the dunk and then just got let go and back down the other end. But he's such a huge specimen. He's just sending a message. I'm bigger than you, I'm stronger than you, and I'm going to throw it down on you. And Abu Gaku had a really good view of that. And there's glass coming off there as you see it in the super slow-mo. So luckily no one, we hope, has got any glass on them to cause any injury. So that seems okay. They're just going to need to sweep up the area and get the new hoop in.
Ivan Almeida was definitely brushing off the glass off of him when he was running back down the court.
Sure.
I dare say this is not the first time. Obviously, this has happened for these guys.
I think they're going to have to almost reset. Both teams are going to need to reset. The coach is saying stuff to them now, but they're not sure how long this is going to take, so they may have to sit them down, give them their final instructions, and say maybe just a 5-minute warm-up, get the guys on the floor, maybe run some layups in, put a few shots up, maybe have a stretch, because what we don't want is this game to end up with someone getting injured, because it's been an epic. We thought Rwanda, DR Congo was sensational. This is on a par with that, and we've still got 1 minute remaining, tied at 66.
So they've tied it. Angola have possession. What do you think they're going to do, Graham? You think they're going to try to score quick, or not?
If they've taken a timeout, they could advance the ball, but if they're just going to inbound it after the score, it's going to be inbounded from the end line. Maybe Cape Verde are going to stay up, maybe put a press on, make it difficult for Angola to get it in. You never know, they might get the steal if Angola aren't completely sharp getting the ball in from the end line. But or Cape Verde may think, you know what, we'll just go into the half court and we'll just play steady deep for the next offense. It's you can see Mendonca just warming up along the baseline. He's realising that maybe he's cooling down. Maybe Tavares, he's got such a big frame, and we've already lost one big man potentially for the tournament with Ansa, which is so unfortunate. We don't want any more bigs.
Yeah, Anas playing for Egypt earlier today, separated his shoulder, had the MRI. You know, so they say he's out for 2 games, and then they're going to wait and see. So
see how far they get, and what they don't want then is for it to worsen, to aggravate it at all. So they're going to have to be completely sure for him. But that's such a pity for Egypt. They're just going to have to change the way they play. They still got the win. At the end of the day, let's not forget that. The guys that were on the floor,
I think they can
did a really good job.
I think they'll get by. It might hurt them a little bit in their next game against Tunisia.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you know what? They've got a lot of bigs.
Arabi and Bibo, they can work in tandem to try and deal with Mejri. There's just lots of storylines coming out of day one already, Jeff.
But I really am impressed how these guys have swung into motion, and they're this quick with the replacement, because I've lived through this before, and it didn't go so quickly as this. Now let's just make sure that we don't accidentally hit the other backboard, the new backboard, hit the old backboard, and send it out of commission.
Yeah, it's we can see exactly what they're trying to do there. Get the other one out of the way, which they have done, and it's a real major team effort for the guys to get this done safely. And Clement is right there with the new one. The FIBA staff so hard-working, the players are hard-working. They have been amazing all day with the effort, the hustle, diving on loose balls, whether you're 7-3 or 5-6. You know, guys just battling for their lives to try and get off to a great start. And the way they're doing this quarterfinals, it's not just, well, I'll finish in the top 2 and I'm there. It's, I know I've still got to, you know, have a mini playoff to get into the quarterfinals. I think that's a great move by FIBA Africa to put that in.
Yeah, it is, definitely. So we'll see. It's been just an incredible opening day that we've really been happy to bring you the action. We certainly have to say have saved the best for last. Certainly the last two games have been really exciting.
Well, I think when we spoke yesterday, and after seeing Cape Verde practice, chatting to the brothers, Almeida brothers, and it just looking at the matchups, we felt this would be the closest game. We weren't sure how the Rwanda game was going to go, and Rwanda really turned up and played great. And here's some highlights for you. And Gilson Bango, I mean, what a star he is on one side. Carrera with some big dunks on the other. No look pass there for Ivan Almeida. He's the highest scorer for Cape Verde in the qualifiers, struggling today, but finding a way to impact the game. And Donka knocking down 3 after 3 in that corner. Almeida goes out after they started to wobble, and then Joel Almeida started doing his thing. And look at Tavares with the one-hand slam. Great to watch this Tavares close up as he followed his career, and NBA player, Real Madrid, G League, defensive player. If you put it in perspective, didn't play in the qualifiers, so they qualified without him. EuroLeague champion, all EuroLeague team 2021, 2 times EuroLeague all defensive player, G League all defensive team. 43rd pick in the NBA 2014 draft, picked by the Atlanta Hawks. Played national team at the 2013 AfroBasket.
You know, I mean, it took him a while. It felt like it took him a while to get going, didn't it, tonight?
Today, yeah, sure.
But he was effective, even though you didn't appreciate the effectiveness, because it wasn't like a glitzy, you know, it was get it down low, get fouled, go to the free throw line, take the free throws.
Yeah.
But as the game has gone on, he has gotten stronger and better. It's been an eye-opener.
Sure, and I think initially it was his defense. Blocked some shots, changed some shots, got down on his knees just like Mesri did in game 1 today, and just doing it that way. And then eventually, I think Cape Verde have worked out a system. Let's spot up the three-point shooters. Hopefully they can make some shots. Then the defense has got a real conundrum. Do we help on the outside or do we help on Tavares? And they've worked it to perfection as this second half has gone on. And then Tavares has obviously picked up that, picked up the offensive rebound off the miss, and the rest is history.
How do you tell a guy? I guess you know, in the art of dunking, it's like you can dunk it, but that's the danger of hanging on the rim. But it's the additional tug is what did it. Yeah,
and it's okay if you're going to hang on the ring. If you've got players underneath you, fine, hang on the ring, but just hang on the ring. I think it was that little extra tug. I mean, these backballs these days are built to a serious specification to
Graham,
withstand a lot.
I can honestly say that I was never coached on how not to hang on the rim after a dunk. I don't know about you.
I only got up there occasionally. But, yeah, it's unfortunate. But I guess it's that kind of day. We've had Shirtgate, we've now got Dunkgate, and...
Yeah, Shirtgate happened in the first quarter of Rwanda against Democratic Republic of Congo, and DR Congo had, you know, they were playing well, really asserting themselves, and all of a sudden when a substitution was made by Coach Eckhoff, rather, it was not allowed because the player he was putting in, that number wasn't registered on the roster.
Yeah,
and it led to a technical foul. And
John Tabway, his number on the system on the website was 20, so I've got no idea why he would have been wearing 35.
And then
it's not even close.
That whole incident, so it led to a delay, a debate, and then all of a sudden, when play resumed, Rwanda went on a 14-0 run.
Yeah. And then Congo got their act together. DR Congo got their act together, took the lead themselves, but Rwanda finished it off, and that was a great spectacle after the opening ceremony, which was well received, and as pretty much as you can, a full house under COVID restrictions. Rwandans love that. And then this game has had everything. And with Almeida, it's almost made it better with Ivan Almeida struggling and trying to find a way, Cape Verde trying to find a way to make him effective, getting other players involved. And as for Angola, well, you know Moraes is going to be involved in this last minute. Is he going to be a decoy? Is he going to want that shot still? Because we know he's made some big ones already. And so they're just going to throw the ball up above the ring, let Bango do his thing. And
hey, there we are, look. Wave. Hey, everybody.
Well, the fans are just having a great time anyway. And
those, you can see some of the fans behind us. Those are the loudest fans in the arena, trust me.
Yeah, they want to get on TV, and they are. And there's Angola fans, there's some Cape Verde in here as well. It's been a great event. And still, it's going to be over 2 weeks of top-class African basketball. We've got to pace ourselves, Jeff.
Yeah.
And I'm looking to you to help me on that.
If this happens every day, we're going to be in trouble.
We have to bring our beds to here. Just get a camp bed and we'll sleep here.
So it's 66-66, still some work. Finishing touches being done here before they start to raise the basket to its to the height that it should be. There's Tavares again, Moraes. Both those guys have had some big moments tonight in this game.
Yeah, both with 19 points, 7 of 15. Moraes, I've really been impressed with him. I've commentated on him before and in the qualifiers, World Cup qualifiers. And he's just so he's so consistent. Tavares, this is the first time I've seen him up close and in person. Well, same with Moraes, but you know, just sensational player, and it's the moments he picks to make his shots. I mean, it's still tied, but he's hit some big shots. It was the dunk at one end by Cape Verde. He came back down, hit the three, held the follow-through and said, look, I'm not going anywhere. You know, we are here for the long haul.
Can you imagine if Cape Verde win in this game? You know, you would think that, would you have thought that Angola would have been maybe the biggest favorites coming in to this day?
In this group.
In this group.
I think the Rwanda performance, if they can repeat that in the next 2 games or whatever they need to do to get out of the group, you would have thought Angola, yes, with their experience and with the young players coming through as well.
As we look at Tavares still walking around, the only thing I'll say about Rwanda, as great a story as it was, they did have a lot of turnovers.
Yeah.
And I'm not sure that they're going to be able to survive that again.
Yeah, they're going to have to tidy that up for the rest of this group stage if they want to progress, because in another game, if they have that many turnovers, they're not going to win the game. They played inspired offensive basketball today, some great defense. They kept the full court press on with his own press, and mixing up the defenses. Chik Sar has done a great job there.
What do you think? I think when you look at these 2 games, Rwanda, I mean, Rwanda was exciting because they were at home and there was that underdog feeling and there was the drama and everything else, but I have to say this has probably been the most competitive.
Absolutely, yeah.
Most competitive game, and the type of game that you would want to show your kids if they want to play basketball. Say, if you want to be a big-time basketball player, you have to be able to play as hard as these guys.
Yeah. No. Absolutely, right? Because you know there's some eye-popping dunks, there's some big threes, but what I really appreciate as much as anything is boxing out, getting after the rebounds, getting an extra possession for your team, diving on a loose ball, deflections, disruptive play, the double teams on the traps. Where are they trapping the guy? On the sideline, on the halfway. It's you know, it's had a bit of everything, and then Tavares does what he did, and that's pretty awesome. I think they've calmed down now, Cape Verde. I think they were all pretty pumped when he did that. Now they realise
just looking here, 4 steals for Childe Dundao, as well as 4 steals for Indoniema. Dude, I'm surprised he's only got 6 points. It seems like he's scored more than that. Maybe they've been giving somebody else his points. And for Cape Verde, Ivan Almeida, despite everything he's been through, you know, the attention that he's received on offense, he's got 8 points, 7 assists, 6 rebounds, 3 steals. I mean, how is he going to, you know, he's turned it over 11 times. That's interesting, isn't it?
Yeah, again, though, they were...
So in a way, if he gets 2 more points and 3 assists, he's got a triple-double.
You got it. Yeah, with the 11 turnovers, yeah.
That must be a strange word for that. A awkward triple-double or a...
Yeah, negative. Sort of triple-double you don't necessarily want, but that's Angola putting the pressure on him ending up having to be point guard, trying to dribble through the trap, or going around the outside of the trap when they've trapped him on the sideline.
Here it is again. Look at the play.
Yeah, well, as soon as he's got this, you know what's coming next. He's gone up, he's thrown it down, and then just that extra little bit of emphasis to say, I've just thrown it down on about 3 of you, and the backboard just couldn't take the pressure. Or as Spandau Ballet may have said, I don't need this pressure on. For any old timers out there listening. Well, the hoop's back up, the teams are in the huddle, and FIBA have done and the local group have done a great job. Game temporarily suspended due to a technical issue.
And that technical issue is the shattered backboard. And I'm sure that Tavares feels very bad about making us all hang out a little bit longer.
Yeah,
Okay, now they're going to measure it, make sure it's the right height.
Yeah.
Because right now it's a little low, I can see it. Needs to go up another, what, 4 centimeters?
Yeah.
3 centimeters? Okay.
It's now 11:15 local time here in Kigali.
So it's been, what, a 20-minute delay?
Yeah.
Or has it been longer?
If we go much longer, we'll be into Midnight Madness.
Midnight Madness. They have a curfew, you know, in Kigali.
We
need to go straight to the hotel.
8 p.m. curfew in Kigali.
Because of the COVID.
But we have exceptions. But yeah,
Are they going to shoot at it to make sure it's okay first? I know they still got to fix the shot clock.
And that's a pretty good turnaround, Jeff.
But they've got to adjust the shot clock, don't they? You can see it's kind of tilted.
Yeah.
How are they going to do that? Something doesn't look quite right. Can they not fix the shot clock?
It is leaning back, but I guess if they're saying everyone can still see it.
Okay.
We're off and running. They're playing half court, Cape Verde.
Okay, folks, well, we're tied at 66-66. The new basket has been put up after Eddie Tavares shattered the backboard while tying the contest. Angola, vital game for both of these teams. It's been an unbelievable game. Indoniema gets it back to Moraes. Correa guarding him closely. And then Moraes has it knocked out of his hands. And now Cape Verde fouled. It's Mendonça with 36.6 seconds remaining.
Moraes just dribbled into all the defense. Guess he was going to try and dribble in and kick it out or drop it off, and he just couldn't get anything done. And they're smiling, him and Almeida, the 2 sixes.
Yeah, I'm not sure how much of a foul there was there, but there was definitely a reach, and Correa doesn't want to turn it over here.
And this is where Xavier's got to handle the ball really smartly.
Well, Xavier's got it. Indoniema making life difficult for him. He's played excellent defense tonight. Indoniema. Xavier gets it. Gets a little space. Gets it to Mendonça for 3. Off the front of the iron. Now the pass up to, Gonçalves. and he tried to go in what looked like for the layup before he had the ball.
Yeah, he just got a bit ahead of himself. So unfortunate. Great defense from Angola, and he clearly hasn't tweaked his ankle on the ball as it's gone between his legs, and that's unfortunate. He's had a good game, Goncalves, but he made a big mistake there in the open floor.
Yeah, Gerson Goncalves with 8 points on the night, and he's hit some tough shots. And now, incredibly, this Cape Verde team, I wonder if they might try to fix it. No, they're not going to try to fix it, are they? They've trailed by 12 points. They got a chance to win it. We'll let you listen into the coach.
Jeff, I need you football. Huh? Oh, even. Não faz mal. Mas preciso depois alguém é ok. Foco. Edi, Fidel, bloqueio Edi. Bola pro Edi. Flat do Ivan ao Jeff. Anderson, bola para lá, bem passada. Foi Edi. Vamos lá, vamos.
Well, 8 seconds. It'll be sideline. For Cape Verde.
Are you trying to get something going to the rim, or are you and perhaps try to get a foul called, or are you getting Mendonça open for a 3?
Yeah, the game's tied. They only needed 2.
Yeah, but he's been so good.
I think that if they could throw it into Tavares, he can make the decision. Maybe look out for the player who's going to inbound it as well.
You also don't want to go too soon, do you?
No, you don't want to give Angola a chance to respond. The main thing is they've got to get it in, give themselves some kind of shot.
Okay, they get it to Tavares. He gets it to Almeida. He hasn't had much space all night. He turns, he gets it to Tavares. Great defense from Angola. Unbelievable. They ran the play to perfection. And in the end, Angola's defense, which has been the story for them all night, comes up and makes a huge play. They reach in, and with Tavares, he lowered the ball, and that's how they're able to get it. Watch this.
That was the key. As soon as he brought the ball down, great defense without fouling.
Ndoniema.
And Ndoniema again, but great team defense to force Almeida to give it up, and just to swarm round Tavares as well. And I think after everything that's happened, overtime was inevitable, and that's where we're heading. And really, both teams are so evenly matched. There's no one big momentum or the other. It's just going to be enthralling 5 minutes. And here's the stats. 69% for Angola, 50% for Cape Verde, 27% from 3, 29% from 3 for Angola and Cape Verde respectively. 7 threes for Angola, 9 threes for Cape Verde. But there's been so many areas of the game where there's been momentum swings, where one team has pushed. Alvin Almeida seemed out on his feet. He went out. Joel Almeida took over. Mendonça made some huge shots. Then they were playing the outside shot. Tavares got open, and he got open, obviously, for the dunk that damaged the backboard. But again, on that final play, as soon as Tavares brings the ball down, it's tough for him to get the score.
I think it was more of a case of he didn't catch it high.
Yeah.
He caught it,
yeah.
And as he turned,
sure,
Ndoniema was able to reach in.
That's where the pass was. So he just didn't get the chance to get the ball up from where it was. Good defense, a good attempt by Angola. They decided they were going to, sorry, Cape Verde, they decided 2 was enough for them. But Angola said no. No way.
Not in my house. And again, it was fitting that they made a defensive play, because really Angola have been so tough defensively in this game. They've had 14 steals.
Yeah. And numerous deflections as well, and that's which the coaches will have statted, and that's outstanding.
Well, it's a good thing for these players that they have an off day tomorrow.
And it's a bad thing for us that we don't have an off day.
Hey.
But we don't mind. We love it.
Yeah, exactly. As my dad used to say, you could be digging ditches. What are you complaining about?
You got it.
Gerson Gonçalves, who has the 8 points. Dribbles right, thought about it. Gaku, Indoniema. Now Moraes. Correa, he goes past him, and Tavares. And they're going to count it, saying the ball was already off the glass. So good drive by Moraes, who, remember, hit that running layup earlier over Tavares, banking it in. So Angola take the lead.
Tough shot by Moraes. So many ways he can score.
Tavares out to Almeida. Look at the defense. That's the constant from Angola tonight. The defense has been outstanding. Xavier flies in. Boy, wow. He made that shot under big-time pressure.
And that was really good ball handling there. He stayed really low, got past the defense. Nice flow to the finish.
Almeida reaching in, trying to get another steal. Moraes for three. Ball batted out. It's going to be Angola basketball, new 14.
Yeah, and here's a problem for Indoniema. Cramp.
Look at this shot. This is about as tough as it gets. It's got maybe the nastiest defender of that Angola team breathing down your neck.
There was a really good move by Xavier. He needs to deliver. Second leading scorer in the qualifiers and just hasn't got it done.
So Indoniema has to go out, and he's replaced by Dundao. Gerson Gonçalves steps back for three. And Almeida goes up strong. Look at that, and he gets the rebound away from Gaku. Not many people do that.
Yeah, great job by Almeida, just doing whatever it takes to help his team with a big rebound there.
Mendonça over to Tavares. Please don't dunk it. Three-pointer, Xavier!
He heard you, Jeff. What a pass by the big fella. And Xavier now exerting his offense on this game.
We definitely don't want any more dunks from Tavares tonight. If it's in an early game, that's okay.
You got it.
But not at night. Moraes dribbles right. Has it taken away. Well, no, he just kind of lost control as he attacked Correa. Good position. Look at this from Tavares. Eddie Tavares gets it over to Xavier, who's scored 5 big points in the overtime.
Yeah, it's just working out well for Cape Verde. 3-point lead, and Xavier getting hot on the offense.
And they get it down low to Gilson Bango. And did he get it off in time? Good defense.
Yeah.
Tell you, you're always worried probably if you're the Cape Verde coach if you're going to commit a foul in that situation, running at the shooter, but no complaints by Moraes. 2:45 remaining. Mendonça, look at the quickness and the alertness of Dundao. 5 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah, they had Mendonça cornered and got the deflection, making it as tough as they can right to the end.
Kigali never, I would suggest, has seen international basketball quite like this, like today, the opening day of the AfroBasket. The ball inbounded. Almeida put it on the highlight reel. Unbelievable. He inbounded the ball off the back of one of African basketball's greats, Carlos Moraes. Catches the ball and puts up a three. Look at this. Look at this.
That is outrageous. Moraes is trying to see where the pass is going. Almeida cheekily throws it off his backside, gets it up to his shooting position. Moraes can't get out, and it just had to be him, and he drains it, and that's massive, Jeff.
That is one of the all-time great plays in Cape Verdean basketball history. It has to be. And boy, who's laughing last? Almeida, who hasn't had any space tonight, hits that shot. Let's listen into the coach.
Depois de pick and roll, Gilson, mais abaixo, e não deixas que ele ajude, ele vai atacar até o último momento, ¿sí? más, otra vez. Vamos a la defensa, consistentes. No puede estar un gallo a 2 metros a media. Tiene que estar en Nueva York para ganar, que está en Nueva York.
Points by Coulter there, but that play, well, Xavier's play, so the two key players from the qualifiers have come to the party big time in OT, Jeff. Xavier, that's as tough a floater as you're going to make. Then Tavares makes the extra pass, that's Mendonca's corner, and Xavier drains that, and then Almeida with the outrageous three off the inbounds.
Yeah, just terrific. Now their biggest lead of the game, in fact, Cape Verde, 6 points.
Yeah.
Gonçalves spins, finds Tavares waiting. Moraes from the left corner, and the ball hit off of Gilson Bango.
Everything's going Cape Verde's way now.
I'll tell you what, this is going to be a story that these Cape Verdean players tell their grandkids, talk to their grandkids about one day if they win. And Correa goes in for the dunk, but this time was denied by Gilson Bango.
He is everywhere, but look at that.
Oh,
Bango, please.
Gilson Bango dunks it, but thankfully didn't hang on the rim.
Clermont
Like
next to us
Tavares.
shaking his head there.
I think Tavares weighs a little bit more than Bango, maybe. Almeida. Xavier. 1:45 remaining. Xavier loses his footing. Here comes Angola again. Moraes gets it back to Gaku. Gaku for three. No, he's going to put it on the deck. He's going to hand it off to Gilson Bango. And this time the foul called. And the entire stadium, the arena, holds its collective breath.
As you say, Bango's not got the weight
Look at this.
that Tavares has got.
One of the plays of the game, because if he makes that, it's an 8-point lead.
Yeah, just an awesome block, and then he gets the dunk up the other end. He has been the real story for Angola. We talked about them needing the new players, the new breed to come through. Well, Wilson Bango has been great. He misses the free throw. Some real highlight plays, creating some great memories for us here in Kigali.
Takes his time, puts it up and in. So back to a three-point game. And just when you thought Cape Verde might be moving into the victory circle, Angola come back. And it's the defense, yet again, that's bringing them back. Countless times they've made defensive plays.
Look at Childo Daldao. He is just a pest on D. Almeida.
Oh, Mendonça misses from three. It's getting so late, I'm forgetting everything. Here's Moraes.
It's been a long day.
Dundao, he could tie it. No, he's going to drive in with a little runner. And Bango not able to collect the rebound inside the final minute now. That was a big miss. And Dundao reaches in and commits the foul. And good play by Almeida, knowing Dundao is in there reaching and just kind of shielding him. Watch this.
Yeah, this time he gets the foul. There's been a few times today with all these turnovers where he's lost the ball and Angola get up the other end and score, but Dundao is going out. But
four fouls.
Yeah, what a competitor he is. He's just been excellent.
55 seconds remaining. And Almeida misses the first. And you know and I know and everybody knows, if you miss free throws this time of game, it comes back to haunt you. And he misses both, incredibly.
Yeah, for all the great play, they just got to ice the game there and knock down the free throws.
Gonçalves gets down low, took it right to Tavares. Gilson Bango had the ball, then it was knocked out of his hands. Xavier.
And Xavier now taking over ball handling duties completely.
Ndoniema chasing him. And Ndonyema cramps up again, you can see. Xavier goes past in the reach, and boy, you really feel for Ndonyema. He has given everything he could, and he is just, he might not be able to see the finish tonight. It happens, doesn't it? Tremendous effort by him. Watch this again. He was already screaming in pain at that point. He couldn't move, and Xavier went past him.
Yeah, they're just going to have to get some sugar, salt, whatever, nutrients into him.
Xavier, meanwhile, goes to the line and makes the first to make it a 4-point lead.
But again, he's had the issue since the break, and that was our concern, that it might have been a problem.
I think we know that Xavier needs to be the man at the free throw line, don't we?
Yeah, that was
5-point lead. The clock is the enemy now for this Angola team. They need a quick basket. And now Xavier reaches in, takes it away. Dundao gets it back, however. Three-pointer for Moraes. And Tavares goes up. He is fouled from behind by Gaku, and Cape Verde on the cusp of what is, quite frankly, an utterly amazing come-from-behind win against Angola. It has been an example of just incredible courage and resilience and fight.
Yeah, Jeff, it's just been mind-blowing what they've had to go through. They've been on the edge, they have been on the edge of the cliff about to go, and they've just kept coming back. And Tavares has been a man mountain. And just looking at the head-to-heads recently that go way back, they have been crushed by Angola previously, by 25, by 23, and by nearly by 56.
Can you imagine what the people back in Cape Verde right now must be thinking, watching their basketball team close in on victory against one of the true powerhouses of African basketball, Angola? Unbelievable. Moraes. Points, very important. They want to get something here if they can. Gaku launches it, and it's incredible, folks. It is unbelievable. You feel for Angola because they battled like there was no tomorrow. Amazing, amazing game. What a joy to bring it. 77-71. Cape Verde win it over Angola.
Just an absolute awesome basketball experience, Jeff, and to see these guys close up, and Tavares and Dango and Mendonca, and just so many stories. Ivan Almeida, his brother Joel, bringing it when Ivan was struggling, and just the smile of Mendonca showing us what it really means. And just a game played in great spirit, both teams working so hard. Here's the stats. Three-pointers were big for both teams. 52% from two for Cape Verde, with Tavares so key for that. It had everything, this game, as well as the delay for the technical problem with the hoop. 47 rebounds for Angola, 53 for Cape Verde, 19 assists for Cape Verde, 25 turnovers, following on from Rwanda's 28 turnovers, and they're the team that win the game.
Wow, just incredible. I can hardly believe it. I just watched it, and I can hardly believe it. It was just such a great game. And as you said, just a thrill to be here. And Angola as well coming and applauding their fans. And
yeah, the fans have been brilliant from right at the start of the game. And Carlos Moraes with the top scorer for Angola, 21 points, still delivering, still leading this team. And Tavares, Walter Eddie Tavares, 20 points, 18 rebounds, 6 blocks, and 1 big assist as well, which was key when he kicked it out from in the key out to Xavier. So he's had a huge all-round game. Yeah, it's tough for Angola. I watched them play Kenya, and I thought, well, that's going to be tough to top that. I commentated on that one. We've spoken a lot about that in the qualifiers, where they just lost out to Kenya when Kenya qualified to be here. Well, I think that tops it. That had everything, that game. And, you know, congratulations, Cape Verde.
well, you know what? It's been a game of highlights and incredible moments. And now, you know, dare we say, the fact that Cape Verde have won this means they're in a better position than they were at the start of the day, but there's still a lot of work to be done for them. There's a lot of work to be done for Rwanda, who won their game against the Republic of Congo, Democratic Republic of Congo. A lot of basketball still to be played, and the way this one has gone, I just don't know what to expect. Honestly, it has been sensational stuff.
Yeah, this is a tough group. Maybe DR Congo, if they can get all their technical issues sorted and just concentrate on playing the game, they've definitely got the talent to challenge. But this is a tough group, Cape Verde, Angola. And if Rwanda continue to play at a high level, then it's going to be a three-way tie potentially at the top, and that's when the backboard went. But we still had drama after all that. Again, he's made the dunk, and then that little exclamation mark shatters the backboard.
Well, this was it right here. The little extra tug. And this play, of course, will live in infamy in Angolan basketball, and certainly will be celebrating Cape Verdean basketball.
Yeah, I think Moraes is trying to see where that first pass is going to go, but it is a danger if you are going to turn your back on the inbounder, and Almeida worked it to perfection, and to hit the shot as well as Moraes is turning round, that just put the icing on the cake for that play.
So these two teams have truly played just a remarkable game, and Angola going to have to rebound from this and go up against Rwanda in a couple of days. And Cape Verde, meanwhile, will go up against the Democratic Republic of Congo. You see the result from the earlier game, 82-68, Rwanda winning that one over the Democratic Republic of Congo. And, wow, this AfroBasket has really come to life. On day one. Thanks, Graham and everybody, for watching. It's been a lot of fun. Congratulations to everybody. A long way to go. One final time, Cape Verde win it in overtime, 77-71 over Angola.
Sit down,